You can turn off every notification and still be completely attached to work. The problem isn't your phone, it's what's happening in your head. I'm Tara, and I'm a burnout strategist and career coach. I help you navigate burnout without spiraling. Here's what nobody tells you about strategic detachment. The hard part really isn't stepping away. The hard part is what happens in your head when you do step away. You close your laptop and immediately start thinking about what's not getting done. You imagine your inbox piling up. You picture your team struggling without you. You start running scenarios about what could go wrong while you're off. That's something called attachment anxiety, and it will pull you back in every single time if you don't learn to recognize it for what it is. Strategic detachment means catching yourself in the moment and asking, what am I actually afraid of? Usually it's one of three things. You're afraid something will fall apart. You're afraid people will think that you don't care. Or you're afraid you're going to lose control over an outcome that you feel responsible for. And those fears aren't totally irrational. Sometimes things do fall apart when you step back, but what you're not accounting for is the cost of never stepping back. It comes down to deciding that protecting your capacity matters more than preventing every possible problem. And that's a different calculation than most high performers are used to making. You need a redirect for when your brain tries to pull you back into work mode. And I'm not going to just tell you not to think about it because we all know that doesn't work. You need something specific to do with that mental energy that would normally go towards problem solving. Some folks use a physical task like cooking something that requires attention or doing a workout that demands your focus, something that occupies the part of your brain that wants to fix things. Other people need to externalize it. They keep a running note on their phone where they dump any work thought that comes up during off hours. The thought gets captured so your brain can stop looping on it. Then you decide later whether it actually needed your attention or if it was just anxiety. Now, the other piece is learning to tolerate the discomfort of not knowing. When you're detached, you don't know what's happening in real time. You don't know if someone's looking for you or if something's stuck or if there's a problem brewing. And that not knowing feels terrible for people who are used to being on top of everything. But strategic detachment requires building your tolerance for that discomfort because the alternative is being tethered to work every waking hour just to avoid the anxiety of not knowing. You have to practice letting things happen without you. And that means accepting that sometimes the outcome won't be what you would have produced. Sometimes something will get missed. Sometimes someone will be frustrated that you weren't available. Strategic detachment isn't a boundary that you set once and forget it. It's a practice that you build, a muscle you strengthen, and it requires managing your own psychology more than it requires managing anyone else's expectations. Now be sure to follow along for more on the psychological side of burnout recovery and sustainable work habits.